Hey, everybody, welcome to today's show. Welcome to Equality and Rights for All. I'm your host, Anthony Lorito-Duke, and we have two great topics for today's show. I'm sorry, two interesting topics for today's show, in which the first one is gender roles in a relationship, and the second topic is the main topic of discussion that's in lots of LGBT groups is there being a lack of tops in the relationship. So let's get right into the first one. Gender roles in a relationship. You know, I'm very glad to see that in today's society, you know, uh, both adults are paying towards bills, you know, and whatever else. They're sharing their responsibilities, in other words, and um, and that's a very important thing. And um, like years ago, way back in the day, it was just the men going out to work and making the money and paying the bills and whatever, and the women would stay home and raise the kids and et cetera, et cetera. And but housework is work as well. It's a lot of hard work. Okay, now um, like when people bring up the topic of way back in the day, which is men paying the bills, et cetera. You know, um, I say this: it was just them being in control. It was just them controlling everybody and everything. Oh, I pay the bills. I go out to work. You have to obey me. I'm better than you, and so on and so forth. And um, nowadays, it's the fight for equality, right? And both are sharing the responsibilities and stuff like that. And first of all, let me say this: sharing the responsibilities is not about a gender role. That's just being a fucking adult, plain and simple. Okay, and because there's a lot of people that still say, well, I make more money than you, so that means I'm more important than you are. No, that doesn't make you any more important than me. All right. And first of all, it's not even right for any partner to say, well, I make more money than you. No, because you wouldn't like it if the roles were reversed. If the shoe was on the other foot, you wouldn't appreciate that. So, um, you know, it's sharing the responsibilities and stuff like that. Absolutely. But here's the other thing, ladies and gentlemen. You know, um, and this is going to be a harsh truth. Okay, too little change is no good. Too much change is no good. You got to have that right amount, right in between. You know, and even with that being said, you know, you can't lose the ground foundation either. Okay, and meaning that uh, guys still treat your queens as queens, okay? And queens, treat your men as your kings. You guys are partners, okay? Do I always believe in uh, equal pay for equal work? Absolutely. I've been an advocate for 30 years. You know, um, I- I've stood by it and fought together with a lot of women who do the same exact work as men, same amount of time, etc. And it's sad to say that women should get paid less than men. Even though women are doing the same work, same amount of work, and they're still getting paid less than men. Um, Even in sports, women play the same types of sports as men do, and records prove women still get paid less than men. Okay, a perfect example. An NBA player, a male NBA player, gets paid much more than a female NBA player. Not right. You know, we got another thing is you got Grenier, the famous female basketball player. She's in a prison in Russia. Okay, and um, now let's just think about it this way: putting her political beliefs aside for whatever she said about the veterans, put that aside for just 1 minute. Okay, let's just say if a male basketball player said the same thing as this female basketball player did, she said the same thing and went to Russia and played the game in Russia and whatever else. And if he got into trouble in Russia, ladies and gentlemen, it's been proven time and time again that male basketball player did the same exact thing as her and said the same exact thing as her, he would already be back in the United States already. He wouldn't have waited a long time to bring him home. Now, are there other U.S. male uh, people there in Russia, in the Russian prisons? Yes, but they're not as popular and make the country lots and lots of money and etc. Like a male basketball player. Okay, so they're wasting time, on bringing those men home as well. So and it's just and they're wasting time and bringing the female basketball player home and stuff, and it's not right, ladies and gentlemen. It's not right at all. It isn't. Okay, and these facts just prove exactly what I said about if I make more money than you, I'm more important. If or whatever, it just it proves my point, and it's not right. Not right. Not right at all. Okay, and again, I'll repeat myself. In any relationship, okay, if you're the man in the relationship, treat your queens as just that, as your queens. Okay, and queens, treat your men as your kings. You guys are partners. You guys are partners. Okay. Now, get into the second topic of today's show. You know, I go into a lot of the uh, LGBT groups because I'm ready to talk about like really important topics like uh, marriage equality, um, housing, uh, the homelessness, and so on and so forth. You know, important topics for the LGBT community, right? And when I go into these to these rooms and stuff, you know what I see now? And this is the truth. The main topic that they are talking about now is that there's a lack of tops in the relationships or in society. Okay, and for all of you out there who don't know about what I mean about term tops, is that um, it's the alpha male, the men who penetrate uh, the femmes, the queens. They penetrate them. It's a sexual position. They're the top. They're the ones doing the penetration. Okay. Um, and I'm like, wow, this is considered an important topic. Really? Forget about youth homelessness, marriage equality, and so on and so forth, and so on and so forth. You're talking about the lack of cops being out there. So, um, it just blew my mind that they're using this as a main topic, as an issue. And, you know, it was really upsetting to see this. And I've said, listen, you know, years and years ago, okay, young out knew who was the top and who was the bottom in the relationship. You knew who was the alpha male, you knew who was the queen. Bottom line. Okay, no pun intended. But uh you just knew. Okay. And I said, should have been left alone. It should have been left alone. But, you know, a lot of these people were saying, "Oh, I'm bored in the relationship. I'm bored in the sex that we have. I want to change. I'm not contented. I'm not satisfied." And blah blah blah. When you go around complaining about everything and never being contented and satisfied and whatever, you're going to have problems later on. And guess who caused the problems? You did. And this is what I've been saying. Okay. And now there's a lack of tops because the people then wanted to change and they wanted to be versatile and then they wanted, you know, so much other changes in everything, you know. Be contented and satisfied and stop complaining about everything is so, so important. Okay. Now, with that being said, um, you can't complain about there being a lack of tops. You have no right to complain because you're the ones that wanted to change. You're the ones that wanted to change. I've always had this strong belief. If it's not broken, leave it the fuck alone. And I said it before, and even in this episode, too much change is no good. Too little change is no good. Honestly, you gotta be satisfied and contented and grateful and just leave it the fuck alone. Honestly, if you're the queen and the bottom of the little relationship, stick with that, okay? And stop fucking complaining. If you're the alpha male, you're the top. If you're the top in the relationship, stick with that. Stop fucking complaining, okay? Stop wanting all these different changes all the time, and you wouldn't have these problems. So, but anyways, um, it was just really sad to see that this was a main topic of a problem in these discussions, and it was really sad to see that. But anyway, it must be a big problem out there now. But honestly. But anyways, I want to remind all my fans out there about the business that my husband and I have together called AWLDNY. And the link to there is awldny.com. You guys can check out all the products on there. All the products that you see on there, we actually make ourselves. I also wanted to remind all my fans out there about my other business, my other website that I have called Advocate Information Highway. The link to there is AIHNY.com. Again, that is AIHNY.com. You guys can check out all the pages on there. And on the homepage of my website of Advocate Information Highway, you will see the link to my internet store on Zazzle.com, in which I designed a lot of products and they're up for sale on there. Also, on the homepage of my website of Advocate Information Highway, you will see the links to the two books that I wrote. And if you guys follow those links, you guys could check out and purchase both of my books as well. And so, with that, take care, everybody. Bye.